Well, hi, Deb, and welcome to Python Code course. It's a project-oriented programming course, and I would like to introduce you to your instructor, Stacy. That's me, and we will be going along and learning how to code. There are no prerequisites here. You can start from day one not knowing anything about coding. The essence of learning how to code beginning in 2021 is to not start from zero, but actually start from a level of understanding that, hey, the wheel has already been invented. And so there are modules and different types of resources that are available to you that you can use out of the box, to just plug and play what you want to do in your project. So because we're doing a project-oriented course, there are going to be some things that we will learn along the way to help us to learn how to code. Okay, so this is what you're going to learn in a project-oriented programming course. There are definitely some factors of coding a project that are different from just going through the normal tutorial that you might find online. Okay? A tutorial is basically going to take you step by step and tell you how to learn syntax and how to learn, um, other things that relate to coding, like the different structures, like the if statement, all those things. But we are going to do it from a different perspective. So you'll learn how to answer a problem, define the scope, know and select tools, collaborate with others, and create a deployment plan. Those are the main factors for each project. Then you need to know that we're not going to start at Hello World. So we're going to be doing a code review within the realm of game development, database management, and web development. Okay? And then the Python programming language is definitely our main base. And you're going to learn more things as it relates to project work. You'll learn about the modules within Python and then also the Django development. You'll learn the GitHub version control. The Replit is also a tool that you can use to collaborate and write code. The CI/CD operations, we'll get into that later, and Docker containers and Azure resources. So these are some big names that I want you to just know right off the top that you can put in your portfolio as things that you will know by the time that you finish this course. Now, it's very important to know your own learning style and your pace. So, there are 3 sessions live that will demonstrate the course and all that it entails. Basically, we'll be following along a textbook, and the 3 opportunities are Tuesday at 2 p.m., Fridays at 5 p.m., or Sundays at 7 p.m. So I made the days and times really easy, kind of phonetically to remember. So Tuesdays at 2, Fridays at 5, Sundays at 7. All right, so we're going to be doing 1 to 3 sessions per week. You don't have to attend all 3 sessions if you don't want. Basically, this is going to be your opportunity to say, hey, if you could not make it to the Tuesday session, come on into the Friday session, so on and so forth. Or if you know that you're going to learn at a slower pace, all you have to do is come to all 3 sessions. So that way you have an opportunity to make your request known. If you have any questions, if you need more feedback, some more hand holding, hey, I'm here to help you. Then I want you to know that the textbook is available as a resource, and the code review is the main way that we can look at code and learn the different aspects of coding. Now, remember I told you we're not going to start at Hello World. So what we'll do is we'll start at a code base. We'll start at a code base so we can understand the different parts of the code necessary to make a good project. And then we will take a spin off of that. Once you learn the different parts of it, you'll be able to add your own parts and develop your code from there. Because 9 times out of 10, when you go out in the industry, you're gonna be working on somebody else's code. So you're gonna learn how to comment. You're gonna learn how to do different hands-on exercises that's gonna allow you to be productive, um, and learn more efficiently. Okay, because a lot of these tutorials have you doing all this typing and stuff like that, and then you're not really getting the gist of what it takes to create good code or to manage good code or to do any of those things outside that even resemble what you're going to be doing when you actually get into production. So this is the approach that I'm taking for these courses. Then there'll be some online assessments. So this is where you will kind of be able to see where you stand. Am I getting the information? Am I learning? Uh, be able to answer some questions like fill in the blanks, matching, uh, code review questions to see if you're understanding the syntax and the differences of what should and should not be acceptable syntax, ways to figure out debugging. So those are the types of things that you'll be able to see if you're picking up in the online assessments, okay? And then you have the infamous Google. We want to take advantage of Google anytime we get. So you'll be able to Google things, look at different documentation so that you can know if you're on the right track, if you need to get something um, from the python.org website, something like that. So I'm going to show you how to do all these things to be resourceful and to be able to come asking the right questions when we're in the live session. All right. Here's the project lineup for 2020 Python course. Now, the first project is a basic calculator, and you'll be using the Tkinter module for this one. The second project is a primetime game, which is a spin-off from the basic calculator, and it's also math-based, so it'll let you also use the random function. The third project is the quiz bit. Fourth project is a photo gallery, and you'll be able to manage photos and things like that. In the fifth project, you'll do an email sender, so you'll be able to send emails. And the sixth project is a game of trash. Seventh project is a file downloader, so you'll be able to do some file management there. And then the eighth project is a quiz bank API, which is application programming interface, and we'll talk more about that. And the ninth project is a registration form, which is web-based, and we'll talk about things like authorization, authorized users, and we'll use the Django foundation to bridge between Python and HTML. The 10th project is an inventory manager, which allows you to be resourceful in setting up a database and being able to manage that database using SQLite 3. Even though we won't be writing any line of code immediately, you must begin to think about the things that will be required of you and all the things that goes into coding, like the tools involved. You'll first need to install Python, go to the python.org website, and then download that software. You can also install a code editor. In this course, I will be using Visual Studio Code for demonstration purposes, but you can use any code editor that you feel comfortable using, from Notepad++ to Sublime Text, anything you like, PyCharm, whatever suits your fancy. If you've already started coding in Python and you know you like a certain editor, go ahead and use that. Be prepared to take notes. Now, you could take notes in Notepad, you could take notes right there in VS Code. Whatever is going to keep you organized mentally, it's good to just make a note of those things that are in the requirements that will help you to understand the problem statement. How can you answer a problem if you don't understand what is needed? So that is important to go ahead and imagine the end result. What is the user really wanting at the end? And if you can imagine that and see what it looks like, you'll be ahead of the game. All right, so let's go. Listen, there is a registration and attendance that you need to go ahead and sign up for starting now. The course is very limited in class size, but there is a self-paced option. Self-paced option looks something like purchasing of the ebook, and then you can do the assessments online, or at the end of the ebook you can do that as well. So it's really up to you how you want to do the learning. The project code reviews are going to be on YouTube, so you'll see those available on YouTube, the code reviews. And then each class can have up to 25 people. So get going with the registration now, so you can secure your seat. Now, this class is on a rotational basis, so every 10 weeks we'll be starting new class. So if you do miss class, you can always rotate into another one. But that's a long drawn out process, and you'll have to re-register each time for each time the course begins. So the course is scheduled to begin for 2021 at the start of January. So all the information about the Zoom meeting ID and password will be in the description below the YouTube video. And also If you do have any questions, feel free to give me an email, stacey@popcodemaker.com. All right? I look forward to working with you so we can start popping all that code.